In this video, I'm going to show you everything I learned about Lighthouse in the past 20 hours of non-stop raids. I'm going to show you my loot route for high tier items, how to kill the USEC rogues for raider-like loot, and all my favorite exits. Before we jump into this video, please check my link out below. I'm live every single day except for Fridays at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, where this wipe, I'll be exploring Lighthouse, trying to figure the map out to teach you guys, and also taking advantage of the new VoIP content that we've been given. The first thing I like to do when spawning on the south side of the map, which is closest to the hilltop mansion, is rush the garage. I've already found bitcoins, phased array elements, tank batteries, and more tech spawns in here. Moving through the house and down to the dead body bag in the bottom level also spawns a bitcoin. I would imagine there's also more rare spawns in this area, so I'm going to be checking this every single raid now. Moving back up the stairs, you can find a theater on the right hand side, which is usually where I find food, drinks, or other small things that are worth looking around for. Then I like to rush up to the top floor, where the pool table is. In here, you can find more rare spawns, such as a VPX, phased array elements, military wireless transmitters, golden skulls, and more high tier loot. After this, I quickly loot the rest of the house, and I move north. Down the hill, we're going to find another blue mansion, as long as another house right below you. In that smaller house, I found an intelligence, gold chains, and other small things that are worth looking out for. After looting the first house, I like to rush the blue mansion and quickly loot anything I can there. I don't typically find anything too rare, but I do find meds that are worth picking up. There's a grenade box and other small things that are worth looking for. After that, I quickly rush the cottages, where there's one house in specific that I'm always going for, and it's that brick house. So far, I've found a phased array element, but I've also heard other rare tech spawns are in there as well. Now, depending on my loot, I may loot the rest of the cottages, but there hasn't been anything too rare that I've found that's worth noting. So I either make the decision to leave at Shoreline Extract just down the way, or if I didn't get anything too good, I'm going to go for the Rogue USEC. Assuming I didn't get anything too good, we're going to head up north, crossing the bridge, and going to the bottom right corner of the water treatment plant. This is where you're going to find all the Rogue USECs hanging out. And as of right now, they've been very consistent off of where they're spawning, so it's pretty easy to learn after you die to them enough. But for the most part, it's about a 90% chance it's going to be the exact same spawn every single raid. If you're on a massive budget like I am every single start of a wipe, I recommend bringing an OP SKS with a PSO scope and then loading that up with PS round. The good thing about this is if you can land your shots and hit them in the face, you're going to be one-shotting all these rogues anyways, and you're going to be able to loot their gear and upgrade it as you move forward. After killing all the frontline guards, you should be safe to loot the majority of them. However, be aware of the random rogues that move around or spawn at a different spot than they normally do. However, this is not that common and not something I ever worry about too much. Alright, moving forward, we're going to be hugging the wall on the right side. You got to be careful for the middle, especially the far right building where there is a USEC raider on a turret that could easily snipe you from far. From what I've seen so far, there's not a whole lot of good loot in this first building on the left side, but if you find some high tier loot or anything worth noting, please let me know in the comments below. This is where it starts to get difficult. There's going to be the middle building where two rogue USECs are on the roof. They're actually pretty oblivious, and you should be able to pick both of them off, especially if there's two of you. So I would align both of your shots, take them out, and just get it done clean. But if you miss these first shots, you're definitely going to be making it a lot harder for yourself. Now you're at the hardest part. It's the middle building. It's the part that we've died to the most and has taken us a lot of testing to figure out how to do with budget weapons. It's not like we can just run in there and spray them with the meta HK mutant, etc. We're playing with SKSs or other low tier weapons that can't shoot at a fast rate and have to be very, very calculated with the shots. The best method I've come up with is trying to pick off a rogue in that middle building and allowing them to funnel towards you where you can just get easy headshots. But then again, you're relying on your aim, and if you miss those shots, you're going to die. The good news is, if you're able to clear this middle building, the rest is fairly easy as long as you're careful. You have one more building on the right side with those two last rogues on there, assuming you didn't pick them off earlier. They're pretty easy to get. It should be the same sort of mannerism as the other ones where they're kind of oblivious, sitting on there waiting for a target. So again, get your buddy, or if you're solo, take your shots very slow and get both of these rogues down. After killing these rogues, the middle is pretty safe to loot with the exception of scavs or wandering rogues that may have gotten out of sight previously. I have not found too crazy of loot around here yet. However, we did find an iridium, which tells me tech spawns are a thing around here. After looting the middle, you have two options. You can either backtrack your way to the path of Shoreline, which you saw earlier, or you can head north towards the train yard where there's all kinds of loot, such as keg tape, gauges, thermostats, whatever you gotta do to fill up those extra bag slots and wait for the train to arrive. And that pretty much wraps up my entire loot guide for Lighthouse as far as the early stages of the map goes. Obviously, all this can be reversed if you were to spawn on the northern side of the map. However, I found that the likelihood of you beating the PMCs of the southern loot spawns like I showed you at the garage is unlikely. If you do choose to take this route, I would recommend leaving the South Road extract, but be very aware of extract campers, as it is a literal one-way trap where I'm sure all of us will meet our fate at some point. If you enjoyed this style of video and like more Lighthouse content, please be sure to let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to drop a like and a subscription for all future content. Again, I'm live every day on Twitch except for Fridays at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, so please come on over, say hello, and join our community. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.